Haush, Kambo Warrior. It's John here for Planet Kambo. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a condition called TMS. That stands for Tension Myositis Syndrome, or Tension Myoneural Syndrome, or simply the Mind-Body Syndrome. Now, if you suffer with chronic pain, chronic health conditions, especially chronic back pain, and if you're open-minded enough to take on board what I'm saying in this video, this will change your life. So what TMS is, it's a mechanism by which your mind, your brain, creates pain in your body and other chronic health conditions as a distraction from psychological and emotional tension inside the body. So there was a guy called John Sarno who in the 90s wrote a book called Healing Back Pain. And in this book, it was the first of its kind, he talked about this condition and how he'd helped thousands of people cure their chronic back pain without any medical intervention or surgery. And it was all down to, essentially, it's stress. TMS is a stress illness. And there's a certain personality type that will get TMS. There are certain personality traits that a TMS person will have. And when I read this book, I read the kind of person that gets this. I read the personality traits and my jaw hit the floor. He talks about where this person will get pain, like where they'll feel pain in their back, and what kind of personality traits that person will have. And as I said, my jaw hit the floor. It was like he was talking to me. He was describing my personality to a T. I have what's called a type A personality for TMS. And I have the pain in the areas, the tension in the areas that he talks about. So really what's going on, TMS is completely harmless. Even though TMS pain can be the most debilitating pain. I mean, you ask anybody who's had what they thought was a bulging or a slipped disc or any kind of problem like that, the pain is so bad, but actually it has nothing to do with any discs or anything like that. The pain is being generated by your brain. And that doesn't mean that the pain is all in your head. The pain is very real, and I know because I suffer with it. The pain is very real, but it's completely harmless. So everybody's journey with TMS will be slightly different. For some people, it will be repressed emotions, mainly anger. For other people, it will be just general day-to-day stress. But ultimately, it's stresses of different kinds that's internalized, and then it creates this psychological and emotional tension in the body. And the brain, it's basically rebelling against that tension, and it's creating this pain through a very simple process of blood and oxygen deprivation. So what the brain is doing is, if you have a lot of repressed anger, your brain is creating this pain as a distraction to have you focused on your pain, on the body, so that you don't go and deal with the emotions, because it thinks that those emotions are so dangerous for you that if they come up, they'll kill you or they could cause you harm. That's essentially what it's doing. For other people, like myself, I've realised my triggers for TMS, and mine are mainly to do with obsessive thinking. I don't want to go on too much in this video because it will go on too long. I could talk for half an hour. So what I'd like to do is keep this video brief, and then I will talk about different aspects of TMS over a series of videos, and that avoids having a sort of hour-long video where I talk about it. So in this video, this is just an introduction. You can Google it as well. You can Google TMS pain, and you can read about it and see. There's some very good books on the subject. Healing Back Pain by John Sarno was the first book. He's written other books as well. There's another very good book called The Great Pain Deception by Steve Ozanich. I'll post links to those videos below this video. But essentially, once you understand the way that TMS works, you realise that most people that have back pain, pretty much all people that have chronic back pain, there's nothing wrong with them. There is nothing wrong with them whatsoever. There's less than 1% of the people that actually have back pain have something so bad that they need surgery. Most people, here's an example. You have an injury, right? You break your arm, right? You have it in a cast. Within 2 months, it's healed. You're totally fine. This is pretty much what happens with the body. It heals itself. When you get an injury, it takes a bit of time. It heals itself. Why is it when it's a back injury and it's to do with discs, suddenly it's like a death sentence. You're done for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? It's just going to cause you problems and chronic pain for the rest of your life. It doesn't make sense. The body is designed to heal itself. Right? The body is an amazing thing and it heals itself. So why is it that when we have this, when we have what's called a bulging disc or any of these things with the back, suddenly, unless you have surgery, you're going to suffer with chronic pain for the rest of your life? It doesn't make sense. It's just a very clever strategy by your brain that's creating pain, either as a distraction or ultimately what it's doing is it's trying to slow you down. So you know when we have an injury, the pain, if you, I don't know, you break your arm, you break your leg, you have to rest. You can't walk on it because there's pain. Well, people with TMS tend to get chronic pain and also things like chronic fatigue and tiredness. And what the body is doing is it's trying to get you to slow down, and it gets locked into this state, this process of pain and fatigue to slow you down, and you just perpetuate it with your behaviour. I'm going to go into the behaviours more in the next video. I'm going to end this video soon, but for now, I just want to tell you that I have TMS, I have chronic lower back pain, and since I read John Sarno's book and I've realised the truth, I'm starting to see light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm actually starting to notice the triggers that trigger my back pain because it's not there all the time. It comes and it goes. Sometimes the volume of the pain is turned right up, and it's all to do with my stress level. So I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'm going to make subsequent videos where I go into a bit more detail. I'm going to tell my story with TMS, but for now, I just want, as an introduction, if you've never heard about it before and you suffer with chronic back pain or chronic pain of any kind or some other kind of chronic health condition, I want to open your mind to the possibility that actually there's nothing wrong with you and that this is a stress illness, and what your brain and body is doing is it's creating this problem. Basically, it's trying to nudge you. It's like saying to you, hey, you can't keep doing this. You cannot carry on with this behavior, with this stressful behavior. I can't take it anymore. And then it's just creating some kind of chronic health problem. So I'm going to leave it there, TMS, and I will see you in the next video.